There is no talking today outside. We got some wind up to 50 mile an hour today. 50 mile an hour today. I'm very tired. We are blowing off the combine. I am in the captain's chair and I don't know if I like it. It's pretty easy to work this thing. I'm moving it around for him in this crazy wind so that he can blow it off really good. So I'm looking all over for him. I'm seeing dust in the back, so he must be back in there. But he said it would go by a lot faster, kind of like an automatic car wash, in my opinion. They're spreading manure across the street, and it smells terrible. So I'd say my job is kind of the superior one at the moment. How many shields are there?
That's it on this side.
It's gonna take you away. They don't.
I've got some running around to do. We actually put up a new sprinkler just over here, and I haven't even seen it yet because I've been so busy, but they did get it finished, and today they want to test it. They want to put water in it, make sure there's no leaks, make sure everything's working correctly. So I just fired that well up. I'm gonna let it run for just a little bit on low gallonage just to make sure everything works out okay. Just do some running around while this underground fills up. So exciting, but not a fun day. Good morning. It's a beautiful day outside today. We need to get the combine out and parked outside because our dealer is coming to pick that up today. They are going to haul it back to their store to do a winter service and inspection on it. We have got some cold weather forecasted for next week, so we need to get all the pivots winterized. Also, I got to get a window well cover ordered. I don't know if Jordan, if you saw in her video, our house flooded the other day, which was crazy. But anyways. Wow. Wow. Major project this winter. I don't know if you guys remember last year, strip till rig. We never could get it to run just how we wanted. And I know it's able to run how we want it, but I think we were limited by this toolbar. Well, we did some talking with the manufacturer. We traded this toolbar. We're keeping this whole entire system minus the toolbar. The toolbar is getting changed out, and I am super excited to show you guys what's coming for it because it is gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna fix all our issues with this. Yeah, this is gonna be a significant undertaking because we've got the FERT system on there. That's all got to come off. The row units have to come off. Thank goodness we did trade the tank. We actually went to a bigger tank, and that's because the new toolbar is going to be on tracks, so it can handle a little bit more weight. But we're leaving the tank, so the FERT system and all the row units got to come off, and that is a job, let me tell you. We're going to start stripping that thing down, so that needs to happen quick because our new bar is done. We just need to get this bar stripped down. That way when they bring down the new bar, they can pick up the old bar. Now that it's already starting to get dark, I'm gonna head out and start winterizing some pivots, getting some flow meter numbers. But yeah, let's scramble around like usual and see what we can get done. I'll take you along with me. Not that it's real exciting, but I'm gonna take you with me anyway. You don't have a choice. You guys recognize this place? This is the new well for this year. We still haven't got cold enough to get it to shut down yet. It is still growing. but looks beautiful. Really happy with this. I think this is gonna work pretty slick to hold this ground over the winter. Definitely would love for it to thicken up some, but I think it still will, especially in the spring. We warm back up, it'll take back off growing. So this is pretty dang simple on this one. All we're gonna do, we're gonna open our lowest valve, let that drain, which there's not gonna be all that much in there. There shouldn't be any water in here because it's gonna come out that drain if there is. And then there's a check there for the well that wouldn't let the well water come this way. So that's literally it here. This one's really simple. It's downhill from the pivot, so we don't have to do anything at the pivot. Any water that's up there in the pivot is gonna come back this way, drain out here. So that's done. Only other thing, on these natural gas motors, we will take the coolant cap off and we will check our concentration of the coolant to make sure the coolant is stout enough. Well, there's a repair for next year. We're gonna make sure the coolant is stout enough to keep it from freezing once it gets cold. It's way down there. We're gonna have to see if we can even get enough. Well, that makes that one easy. There's coolant in here, but it's so far down there I can't get this to reach. So what I'll do is, we'll just come back here. We'll put like a gallon in it and get it up in this tank to where I can actually check it, but I'm not worried. We just mounted this motor and I just put new coolant in it. This one should be good. So on to the next one.
Finally getting some better weather later in the day. The wind was blowing insanely hard earlier. So now that the weather has calmed down a little bit, I needed to step outside of my house. So while Zach's showing you that brand new shiny pivot, I'm gonna be cleaning this up. As y'all know, I became the full-time grain cart girl, and although I could have probably worked more hours, I let my gardens get away from me. This was my purely volunteer squash and zucchini garden. Completely got away from me. We're gonna have to clean all this up. Definitely, we got a freeze in between this time. This is probably hurt if you threw it. It's just pure ice in here. Kind of laughing at my choice of bucket here. This is definitely not big enough, but although we do not have insane winters here in Kansas, we still get winters. So in the next few days, we're gonna need to winterize stuff before we get too many crazy hard freezes. We're planning a vacation trip on a whim up north, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Nothing is planned. We never really plan vacations and what we're gonna do on those. So yeah, while I do this and do all this boring stuff, I will show you guys the exciting stuff of what we got to see and what we got to do on this trip. And I don't even know yet, so here it is. Well, we're obviously not in the tractor or the combine.
We're in Kansas.
Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore. Yeah. Decided to take a road trip. A really, really cool road trip.
Very cool road trip.
We've seen so much, so many bucket list items have been checked off. Share a little bit with you. We've been taking some cool videos for you guys. And today we are going to be heading back. We've been out and about. We just saw Mount Rushmore for the very first time, and it was unreal. There's deer. There's deer every freaking where. It's not even funny. There he is, or she.
Ears are popping.
Yeah, ears are popping. We're pretty tired, but this is amazing. This is what we needed after harvest.
Yes.
I see why people say that now. Like farmers, they say they'll just take off right after harvest. Look at that. Oh my goodness, this is so cool.
We got equipment blown off. We got wheat all watered. We kind of got to a good spot to where it just, thank goodness, it worked out. We got the heck out of town for a couple days. Not very long, only a few days, but
we've covered a lot of ground.
What did we do? Yeah, we did. We
Exactly.
went up to North Dakota, visited some great friends there. Now we're taking a very scenic trip home.
I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that little downtown area is so cute. So like I was saying, that little downtown area was adorable. This is the little town right before you hit Mount Rushmore. It's supposed to be really touristy, but you can see that literally no one was there. It was a ghost town. So our first impression was awesome because we don't like crowds. Coming here was not planned. It just happened to be on the way back home, and we didn't have to go out of the way too much to make it here. So we got a beautiful Airbnb around here. I mean, this area was gorgeous. I'm just a huge fan of mountains, so this really set off for an amazing vacation. Zach drove I don't know how many hundreds of miles, but it was totally worth it. If you have not seen Mount Rushmore yet, you need to. Even driving up there through the trees, just seeing it in the sun like that blew my mind. I could rant to you all day, but it's just amazing that they were able to do that, and it shows you the whole process and who did it and how many people were on the team that did it. It's a really cool memorial. And like I said too, if you plan on coming here, make sure you come at this time of year because literally no one was there. Look at that. Completely ghost town. We were there by ourselves for quite a while. And it really didn't matter. Every way we turned, there was something cool to look at, to stop by, to check out. So we would just look at our map and see something cool and go past by there if it wasn't too far out of the way. And I got to jump in a freezing cold lake while I was there visiting friends. I really tried to talk Zach and our friends into coming in there with me, but they really weren't having it, so I gave up. But maybe one day I can talk them into doing it. This was a pretty mild day for way the heck up there. We ended up going to the Canadian border and checking that out as well. Everyone up there was just super nice. You know how they say southern charm? This was kind of a different kind of northern charm, I guess you could call it. Their farm ground and equipment blew my mind because they're a world different than everything I've seen down south and learned. So it was really a trip to go see all of that. And we got to see some really beautiful country. As usual, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. If you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate y'all. I love sharing all of this kind of stuff with you. I'll be looking forward to seeing y'all's comments and stories of your travels down below and where I should go next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye.